like in New Orleans?
I love it. The food's great. Everybody in the organization is great. So I'm just excited to be here, excited for the opportunity. So
What was behind the decision to come here? Yeah, two-way without.
the opportunity, the coaching staff, obviously the front office. I like the way that we communicated back and forth. I mean, obviously they have a plan for me, and I love the way that the organization is trending towards. So I would love to be a part of it.
What's the plan that they've discussed for you? How do they envision your role?
I mean, just going back and forth between this and the G, but just being able to have more NBA opportunities. I've been able to be blessed to go to Denver and now come here where we have more of a younger team and like we're trending towards trying to get to one of the better teams in the West. So I'm excited to be here, and for me as a player, it's just wanting to get that opportunity, and that's kind of what presented itself.
How special was that G League season for you last year, man? Getting MVP and all that.
It was great, man. It was a great year for me. I was just excited to be able to showcase what I could do since I wasn't able to do it on the NBA level. I mean, so it was just having a chip on my shoulder every night down there, and having fun with it. At the end of the day, it's basketball. I just play my game, and obviously I had a great year, so that was good for me.
How validating maybe was that result for you? But then, how much do you kind of still keep that chip on your shoulder now? Like obviously even having to switch teams and coming to the Pelicans.
Yeah, I mean it keeps it. I try to find ways to keep the chip on my shoulder. Obviously, for me, it's trying to get out of that two-way and get on a real contract. So that's going to always be the chip on my shoulder until I get there. And then after that, staying in the NBA is even harder than getting there. So you just got to try to find ways to motivate yourself. And I feel like for me, it's always been pretty easy to motivate myself because I've always wanted to be the best at what I do. So until I'm able to kind of prove what I can do, then always keep that motivation and that chip.
What do you feel like you need to?
I was going to ask the same thing, but like, what areas of your game have you been working on that you want to kind of showcase here in the summer league?
Obviously, I want to showcase that I can score. I feel like that's what I do best, but also I want to be able to play make. I like to show that I can play the one and the two, be able to defend a little bit better than I did, and just showing that I can win. So I think that we have a young group, very talented group for summer league, and I think that with the talent that we have, only thing it takes is just for us to put it together. So I just want to win all the games for us to win the summer league. So.
What have been your impressions of Jeremiah?
Very fast, very athletic, winner. He's very, very talented. I think that he's a hard worker just from working out with him the last couple of days and throughout the mini camp. But I'm excited for him. I think that he's going to get his opportunity this year, and I think that he'll be able to showcase what he can do in summer league. And I mean, he's a really good player. I feel like in the next couple of years, he's going to be a very dynamic guard in the NBA.
Go ahead.
What's been your impression of Willie and Brewer so far?
I mean, they're very, very out there. Those guys are very good to be around. That's why this organization is special. I feel like you have so many different personalities, and you have people that you kind of click to early, and I feel like those people are the type of people that everybody wants in an organization, and I feel like they make this organization way better, and I mean, obviously, I'm excited to build that relationship. So.
And then also what's it like work with Be Great? I saw you in Fears doing some one-on-one work with him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he knows what he's talking about, or he wouldn't be in this position, but I feel like he knows the game and kind of doesn't want you to be a robotic player. Like I've had certain situations where you work out and then obviously you're just doing the drill, but he wants you to kind of get out of yourself, be a basketball player, and then he wants you to work on different parts of your game. So I love working out with him. That's why me and Fears work out with him after every practice, because he knows what he's talking about, and he knows kind of the ins and outs of being a guard in the NBA and like how you can build your game and what you need to have in your game to be able to thrive at this level.
With your experience with Denver, on Derek Queen's NBA draft bio, it said that his teammates at Maryland nicknamed him Baby Jokic. I'm not trying to compare those two players, but can you, after seeing Derek Queen, can you kind of see like where that comparison came from?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Obviously, he's a big, probably not the most athletic like Yoke, but he's very skilled. Can beat you in many ways, whether it be on the perimeter, he can knock down the three, or he can kill you down low. So, I mean, I like the comparison for him. I feel like he's very comparable to Yoke, like obviously his ceiling and even maybe even being better when in the years coming. But I think that's a great comparison. I think that his game favors that very much because he can play in and out, and he's very hard to guard in any situation.
So how important is the three-point shot for you? I know in G League you're knocking it down in the NBA. You kind of have struggles in that
Yeah.
area. But how important is that for you?
That's very important. Obviously, if you can shoot the ball, you can get on the court. You can make it on the court. So, I mean, for me, it's just continuing that consistency, and then obviously when the opportunity presents itself, knocking down shots. So, for me, that's kind of the step I want to take, is to be able to knock down that shot, and then kind of build on that, and then expand my role off of that. So that's kind of I like that. So.
Speaking to your experience, you have maybe a maturity aspect that you bring to this team as well. Can you speak about that?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've been in the league now for a year, and obviously, these young guys like Fears and Queen, and even Micah, they haven't really went through any of it yet. And obviously, the NBA is a long season, so I mean, for me, it's just that experience of knowing like how long the NBA season is, knowing you have to take care of your bodies, kind of expressing that to the guys, making sure they take care of their bodies. Always being ready for their name to be called, and any opportunity can present itself, and just continuing to work hard. I think that's the biggest thing, is continue to let your work carry over from college to the league, and then kind of expanding on that. So I'm excited to kind of be with these young guys as a young guy myself, and then kind of growing together.